What is up, my seafood friends, and welcome to r/Am I the A-Hole. I'm your host, Dr. Fishsticks, and Am I the A-Hole is one of my favorite stories on Reddit. It's where people post stories, and then other people on Reddit decide whether or not they are the A-Hole. So, let's get into it. So here's our first story. AITA for telling my friend how Freddie Mercury died. What? One of my friends, who by the way is extremely gay, doing her PhD in HIV and AIDS, has done LGBT activism using her research to testify in Congress. Judging by the title, I can tell this is going to be relevant. Asked for movie suggestions with queer characters and good actors. I immediately listed Bohemian Rhapsody as one of my favorite movies. I was completely enamored by Rami Malek's performance in the film, and I truly believe Freddie Mercury would have been proud. Not sure any other actor could have done justice. I told her this. She got pretty excited and planned to watch it. Then I mentioned, when he got his AIDS diagnosis, I couldn't stop crying. She then got extremely angry with me and goes, "He got AIDS? Why would you tell me that?" I thought she was joking at first, but she legitimately didn't know he had died from complications from AIDS. She refused to watch the movie afterwards because I apparently had spoiled it for her. But I legitimately thought it was common knowledge that Freddie Mercury died of AIDS, especially for someone who does AIDS research. I don't know, AITA for spoiling how Freddie Mercury dies? That's like spoiling the end of Titanic. What? AITA for being mad my wife quit her job over a stalker. Oh, how dare she quit her job because someone was stalking her. What? You don't sound good in the title. But let's see. So my wife and I have been together for 5 years and married for 2.5 years. We have one child. Shortly after she completed her maternity leave, she told me she would like to get a new job. The reasons were, 1, her ex works there too and is stalking her. 2, it's nighttime work, which isn't good for your health when you're older. And 3, she would like to try something new, and this seems like the right time. She's now started studying to become a teacher, which takes 4 years. I can just barely support us with my salary. I wanted to retire early, but that's been put on hold. During a small argument, she's admitted that it's only because of reason 1 she quit, the stalking ex. It was not an office-type building of a job, but she can bump into him occasionally, and she thinks he found where she'd be and do it on purpose. She loved her old job except this part, but hopefully she will grow to love her new job, and it'll be easier for both of us when they work in the daytime. AITA for quietly resenting her over being honest to me about her reasons when I agreed that she could quit and go to school. Okay. I think you are. Like, let her get a new job. Maybe not one that takes 4 years, because you might not be able to support yourself very well in that time. Or, alternatively, while she's working to get to that job, she could maybe get a second job. You could also get a second job. Just like, thoughts. But also, reason 2 is also a pretty good reason. The only reason of the 3 that doesn't seem like the best ones is number 3, because it doesn't seem like the best time, but again, one or both of you could get a second job. AITA for refusing to pay for my friend's pet even though I was responsible for its passing. You ain't making yourself sound good with that title, Chief. But let's get into it. So I, 13 female, have a very bad fear of bugs. When I was little, before I was adopted, I was in a foster home that was infested with roaches, and now I just can't stand any bugs. I can look at them, but I can't have them on me or I'll have a panic attack. That seems a bit severe, but okay. I know it sounds stupid, but I just can't explain the way it makes me feel. So I went over to one of my friends, 14F, Cassidy, for her birthday, and we had a sleepover. It was us and another girl, 15 female, Mia. Now, we're sitting playing 2 truths, 1 lie. If you don't know what it is, it's where you say 2 truths about yourself and 1 lie, and the other people have to guess which is a lie. Pretty self-explanatory. So, one of my truths was, I'm deathly afraid of bugs and can't be near them. Oh no. So we got done playing at like 2 a.m. and we decided to go to bed. What I didn't know was that Mia and Cassidy were gonna pull a prank on me. Cassidy had a pet praying mantis I did not know about. So I was almost asleep when I felt it crawling on my leg. I had barely opened my eyes, but I was already slapping at my leg and trying to scoot back. My friends had put Cassidy's praying mantis on my leg, and it got crushed while I was trying to get away. I went into a panic attack, and Cassidy's mom woke up and called my mom for me. I was still sobbing when my mom picked me up and we left. That was yesterday. Cassidy wouldn't stop texting me about paying for a replacement mantis. I told her I'm sorry, but she knew I had a fear of bugs, and I wouldn't be paying crap for her mantis. She said I killed it, that it's my fault, and I should pay the what? The $100 price of the mantis. I told her no way, but Cassidy and Tia have been texting me, saying that I was overreacting and I'm being a jerk. I just want to know if I'm being the a-hole or not. I really don't want to have to ask my parents to fork up $100 to pay for a bug that I killed. I also don't really think it's my fault. Okay. First off, $100 for a praying mantis. Dude, what kind of praying mantis? Did she get like a Taiwanese golden plated praying mantis? Cause like, what? Also, I mean, what did you expect? If you know someone's like deathly afraid of bugs and you put a bug on them, what do you expect them to do? Do you expect them to just like calmly pick it up and take it off? Although, in their defense, they didn't know you were like traumatized, but still, what did they expect to happen? So as you can tell, I do not think OP is the butthole, just wanted to clear that up. Would I be the a-hole if I asked for another? Hey kitty, wanna knock the microphone off my desk again? Oh, I can't be mad at you. Anyway, would I be the a-hole if I asked for another laptop for Christmas? Last Christmas, I was really hoping I could get a laptop. It was number one on my list. My parents are pretty good at getting what we ask for, so I sort of assumed I would be able to convince my parents to buy one. I don't know why I enunciated that so weird. So I began to research what I wanted. After a few hours of looking for a good quality on a laptop, researching a bunch of laptops and reading reviews, I finally decided on an Acer Chromebook. Really? Acer? Alright, not judging. Everything about it seemed great. Plus the reviews said it was their favorite laptop. So I showed my mom the one I wanted, and lo and behold, Christmas Day, it's under the tree. After a few days of using it, however, I began to realize it wasn't really that good. Yeah, 'cause it's an Acer. There's a lot of examples I could list off for why it doesn't work for me, but the main issue are that it's become incredibly slow. Yeah, it's an Acer. 4 tabs open and it will take a long time to load, let alone having other apps open. It's barely able to meet the standards I need for school, and it's basically a smartphone with a keyboard, except slower, because it's an Acer. I have even taken good care of it. No drops, no spilling, no key mashing, nothing over the 9 months I've had it, so I guess it just isn't a good laptop. And now I feel really bad about it. I did all the research into what I wanted / needed, and my parents spent a few $100s on this laptop, and that's barely doing the most basic tasks I need it for. Our school uses Office 365, meaning all my work is basically on PowerPoint and Word, but my laptop can only access the web versions or the mobile versions, not the full versions of them. Not sure whether you guys know the differences, but the web / mobile versions basically offer half of what the full version offers. So I have on occasion been forced to use the technology at my school to complete my assignments, and it's even worse now at school as everything is basically online. Little interjection here before we continue the story. As you can probably tell, I don't like Acers. My school let us use Acers for like work and joining classes online stuff, and oh my god, it's so slow. I swear to god, it's slower than the computer I'm recording on right now, which still has the Windows Vista sticker on it. And that thing's like a 2014 Acer. So why? Anyway, back to the story at hand. I've already broached the subject of getting a new laptop with my mom, but she got mad at me saying this is what I chose, so I'm going to have to deal with it. I've told her that it doesn't work well at all, and it doesn't work as I need it, but she doesn't want to have to spend the money again and buy me a new one, and I totally agree with her. But this laptop, quite frankly, isn't doing what I want it to, and it barely does what I need it to. So I'm really questioning if I should ask my parents for a new one. While I don't know for certain, I think my parents would buy me another if I gave a good argument, but I wouldn't feel morally right doing it, because it does work and it's new. My parents both don't like wasting money, and while we aren't struggling financially, my dad works long and hard days, so I get the optics of me just coming home and saying I need a new laptop. I'm really just mad at myself for not knowing better, and now I have to either plead for a new laptop or deal with what I've got. So, I don't think you would entirely be the a-hole, because, like, you should have done more research and, like, seen the best laptops, like, gotten the spec. It sounds like you did a lot of research, but maybe instead of asking for a new laptop, you should, like, return or sell your current laptop, because, like, what else are you gonna do, just keep it? Like that, then you would kind of be the a-hole. If you just wanted to keep it, then yeah, definitely. AITA for forcing my friends to pay for my ruined wedding dress. Based on the title, if they ruined it, no. That just makes you imagine like this woman falling into a puddle, and then just being like, hey, you, pay for that. But anyway, so a few years ago, me and N, my then fiance, got engaged. We were both gay and female, so it was a lesbian marriage. We had tons of fun planning the wedding, and especially choosing the wedding dresses. N chose a beautiful dress in white, and I chose a gorgeous dress in sky blue. Me and N have a mutual friend who I will call S. When we told S about our engagement, he seemed weird, but I just shrugged it off. What? Do you mean he acted weird? I'm guessing that's what they meant. Fast forward to the day of the wedding. I wake up and find out both me and N's dresses are missing. We both immediately start to look. I text S to ask if he had seen our dresses. This is basically how our conversation went. Me, have you seen me and N's wedding dresses? Gabe, that took a turn? What? You're telling this to them that you think this now? Alright. I press a little further and S admits that he, along with M, N's little sister, stole and destroyed our dress. What? Me, I'm sending you a bill for $5,000, the cost of both our wedding dresses combined, so that we can buy them again. If you and M don't pay, then I and N am taking you both to court. Me and N both started crying because we don't know what to do. We decided to wear another fancy dress. Though the whole day was basically ruined. After the wedding, S and M surprisingly pay us, and me and N go no contact with them. After we went no contact, another mutual friend of ours said we should not have forced S and M to pay because it was not like we were going to get our wedding dresses back. What do you mean? Even if they're not going to get them back, that's $5,000 lost. What? Oh, you idiot. That's like not even like a moral issue. That's a legal issue at this point. Anyway, well, the thing is, me and N wanted to borrow wedding dresses again as a keepsake because they were really pretty. N's dress had flowers on it, and mine had glitter and little white clouds on the skirt. We took the money and bought our dresses again and tried to move on, but I'm still conflicted on whether or not we should have asked for $5,000. AITA, I'm not looking for a judgment on cutting my friends off, but on forcing them to pay $5,000. You are completely in the right, even if, like, I don't know, even if there's, like, stolen $5,000 from you, that's still $5,000 lost. But, also, like, pushing aside the homophobia, $5,000 just destroyed. And yeah, the homophobia is also bad too. But $5,000! Also, this is a picture of OP's and her fiance's dresses, respectively. I don't know if that's them modeling them. But sadly, ladies and gents, that is all the time we have for today. If you like this video, press the like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment them down below. And if you really like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. And that is all for today. So until the next video, goodbye.
I know it's my ADHD, cause I can't stop moving my feet. And I feel like popping and locking.